Hello again, my little ponies. This is Nightlife here for another reading of My Little GLaDOS. Now, funny thing, just an hour after I finished uploading the first chapter, I go back and notice that the second chapter's already up. Oh well, without further ado, let us begin this continuation of a reading of a fanfic by ObeliskOfDeath on fanfiction.net. Second chapter is called Whiplash. Here goes nothing. Hey partner, are y'all feeling okay? Applejack cocked her head to the side a bit. GLaDOS did the same. The puzzled cow pony shot her head back up, quirking a brow. Do you need something? Are you sick? Maybe I can. Your eyes are disproportionately massive. What? AJ took an uncomfortable step back. Your eyes, the white mare repeated. How is this possible? They're just so fat and unnatural. The orange pony grimaced. Every pony's eyes are like that, friend. Even yours. GLaDOS blew the bushel of hair out of her face, revealing a set of disturbed yellow orbs. Applejack followed the strange pony's gaze to her own flank, bearing a trio of red apples. What are those markings on your posterior? Applejack's face shone with repugnance. You got problems, friend. Here, I'll take you to town after my friends have our little brunch. She buckled her knees and allowed the basket to slide onto the grass at the base of a slope. GLaDOS stared into the silhouetted town in the distance, then scanned the area around her, finding nothing but tall, uninspired mountains and a dense forest acting as a backdrop to the village ahead. One of the taller crags seems to have some form of civilization welded to the side, the newly arrived mayor thought bitterly. Apart from that, nothing. Not another form of civilization technologically capable of constructing even the most basic of aperture trinkets. Not even a primitive material emancipation grill. Meg. Family Guy reference to all y'all. Now, a new, terrifying thought entered GLaDOS' mind. I'm stuck in an uncharted, nearly uninhabited land with no means of going back, and I only have this neck-bearded equine to converse with. Wait, I think it's a female. Wait, I'm sorry, everybody. I am truly sorry, every pony. It's just GLaDOS' sense of humor always gets me. Okay, let's continue. Wait, I think it's a female. As her breaths hyperventilated, Applejack asked in a friendly manner while spreading a blanket over the grass. So where are y'all from, partner? I can clearly see you're not one of us Ponyville folk. Why, with that cutie mark, I reckon you're one of the Canterlot bigwigs. She ran her hooves across the checkered blanket, smoothing it out. GLaDOS' returned passive expression was unchanged. I have no idea what this idiot is talking about. Perhaps I should try and speak in a slow, comprehensible manner so his primitive, torpid mind could make sense of my predicament. Native? The earth pony finished arranging a picture of apple cider in the center of the blanket and directed her attention to the speaker. Can you tell me? GLaDOS' gaze fell to the ground for a moment, choosing the right form of words that'll surely receive a calm, sensible response. Why can't I process the right words? Can you tell me what universe I'm in? That took longer than it should have. I used to be able to formulate the correct words for a situation in nanoseconds. Holy shite, apples. That's fast. In case y'all didn't know, a nanosecond is 1/10 of a tenth of a tenth of a tenth of a tenth of a second. It's faster than the blink of an eye, 100 times faster than lightning strikes. Okay, back to the story. Applejack stared at the pearly white pony like she grew a second head. Seconds later, her face shone with understanding. Oh, I get it. You're not from around here, are you? GLaDOS gave a relieved sigh, and for the first time since she got here, the slightest smile etched her lips. Yes, thank you. Yeah, you're from another country, right? The alabaster pony's ears slunk to their sides in defeat, as did her brief smile. You've got to be Wait, did I have to bump into the... Wait, let's start over. You've got to be Why did I have to bump into the equine with a birth defect? Oh, GLaDOS, you never cease to amaze me with your sense of dark humor. AJ continued, thinking she's gotten a new visitor all figured out. Well, my friend, I'm Applejack, and you're in the land of Equestria. She held a hoof out, pointing in some random direction as if she was presenting the country itself. Wait, one sec, there's a bug on my screen. Yeah, got it. Ew. Okay, back to the story. Once more, GLaDOS looked around at the random mountains and limitless plains of nothingness. Seems cozy. Thanks for the information, she said numbly. It sure is. And up there, the cow pony pointed up at the settlement propped on the side of the mountain. That's where Princess Celestia lives. She rules the entire place with a heart of gold. Yep, she's a real peach. Applejack closed her eyes and smiled proudly. GLaDOS rolled her eyes, dryly muttering, Just kidding. You're about as useful as an atom with no protons. I'm sorry, I was laughing at Applejack's response because I tend to read a few words forward. Hey, thanks, partner. The blonde earth pony gave another friendly bump on the shoulder. Oblivious, obviously not understanding this statement was an insult, but taking it as a compliment. Oh, I love GLaDOS so much. GLaDOS looked down, eyeing her solid alabaster hooves with contempt. Maybe if I inflict enough physical trauma to my forehead. Face off. Her thoughts were rudely interrupted by her unwanted companion. Here comes the cavalry. She trotted beside her new friend, who took a wide step away to the left. Approaching the duo were 5 other ponies carrying various dishes and meals held in a variety of containers and covered bowls. Hey, Applejack, a Cyan Pegasus... Oh, fuck, it's Rainbow Dash. Hey, Applejack! A Cyan Pegasus fluttered overhead, greeting as she... A Cyan Pegasus fluttered overhead, greeted as she set a bowl of potato salad beside the cider. GLaDOS awed the aerial pony, then masked it with a sour look of detest. Ugh, what pit of radioactive muck did that thing waddle through? She thinks Rainbow is some kind of ghoul or something. Oh well. A pony as white as GLaDOS levitated a plate of daisy sandwiches on the other side of the cider. The newcomer let out an audible sigh of relief, leading to 6 pairs of puzzled eyes staring at her. You can't tell how relieved I am to see your race is advanced enough to have created a 0-point energy field manipulator. Or the 0-point energy field manipulator. She softly chuckled, sensing a huge wave of relief wash over her back, only to realize that is the warmth of sunlight bathing the fields. Rarity exchanged a perplexed glance with Applejack, who simply shrugged. This is a new friend of mine. She just moved here from some faraway land. She's a little off, but a good sort. No! I am not their friend. What a ridiculous concept. I will not have these lesser creatures refer to me as friend. Just refer to me as GLaDOS. Rarity nodded understandably and approached the black-maned pony wearing a pleasant smile. It's a pleasure meeting you, GLaDOS. I'm Rarity. Welcome to Equestria. She held out a hoof, expecting GLaDOS to bump it. I'm sure you'll be very happy here. Hoof bump. Bro hoof. The awkward pony took a small step back, glaring at the unicorn with malice, who retracted her hoof. Oh, I apologize. Did I offend? In a steadfast tone, GLaDOS said, You're offending me with your presence. Go away. Rarity huffed and turned, finding her place on the opposite end of the blanket next to Fluttershy. A lilac unicorn shot the wider one a perturbed, fuck it, perturbed glare before advancing on the lone mare, who was pawing at the ground suspiciously and examining the fine coarse dirt. Greetings, my friend. My name is Twilight Sparkle, and I used to be new in Ponyville too. I apologize for Rarity's up close and personal greeting. Oh, you have no idea, GLaDOS. Wait until you meet Pinky. Oh shit, Pinky's probably there. Okay. Where was I? Oh, up close and personal greeting. But there's no need to be nervous, she ended with a friendly chuckle. She quickly passed her gaze over the newcomer's peculiar cutie mark. Hey, what's your special talent? GLaDOS stared blankly for a brief moment, reflecting on the odd question. Keeping it short and simple, she said, testing. Ooh, yeah. Yeah. Twilight nodded. Interesting. She noticed GLaDOS' tense shoulders. Hey, don't worry. I'm sure you'll get along fine with every pony. I'm sure you get along with every pony just fine. The unicorn seemed kind and welcoming, but not one the stranger would trust so easily, or even as a matter of fact. Or ever as a matter of fact. As she replayed the conversation in her mind, GLaDOS' head shot up. Her curtain-like coal-shaded hair waved in the slight breeze. Dear Lord, this is unbearable. And I am not nervous about social indifferences. I am worried about how unnaturally friendly these creatures are. She hung her head in shame without a word, making the entire scenario seem odd. Anybody who's this friendly is obviously hiding something. Twilight gave a drawn-out right before taking a seat in between Applejack and Rarity. The ponies chatted and spoke of their recent endeavors as GLaDOS stood idly by, delving into her own thoughts. I can't survive in this place. I'm completely powerless, at the mercy of these unpredictable and unsanitary creatures. She eyed the pink pony, burying her face in a bowl of what watercress soup. What in the name of Luna is that? Oh well, sounds tasty. As she saw this, GLaDOS felt a peculiar rumble coming from her midsection, audible to the other ponies. This foreign sound made the 6 ponies laugh, leaving the new pony helplessly confused. What was that? She said flatly. Still giggling, Rarity said, Darling, that means you're hungry. Here, have some of this delicious cake Pinkie Pie made. The said pony smiled proudly. GLaDOS' ears pricked at the word cake. Of course, she'd never tried it before, and never cared for it in the first place, considering it was an unnecessary pleasantry of humans. Oh, this cake is no lie, GLaDOS. Not at all. Twilight motioned GLaDOS over to sit across from her, beside Pinkie and Rainbow Dash. The expressionless mare reluctantly accepted. She rested her haunches on the blanket, eyeing all of the ponies proceeding to enjoy their meals. Fluttershy gently cut a thick slice of the moist chocolate cake with pink frosting in between layers and spread over the top. Oh, I am sorry, but Pinkie makes the best cakes. GLaDOS cursed her weak, mortal brain for succumbing to the petty needs and desires of human nature. But then again, it did look good. The large, triangular piece presented itself on a paper dish. She didn't want to eat it like an animal, like how other ponies were eating, burying their faces into the food, aside from the unicorns making use of their energy field manipulators. That's a funny way to say horn. Very diligently, GLaDOS craned her head down, opening her maw only the tiniest bit possible. She ate the corner, pulled away, and chewing contently. GLaDOS' eyes widened, her lips quivering uncontrollably as the dessert slid down her throat. Without thinking, the owl yelled, That's disgusting! Is this the garbage I've been feeding test subjects? Dear Lord, the neurotoxin is a godsend! The critical pony cringed at the aftertaste swishing around her mouth. Pinkie Pie frowned. Oh, you shouldn't have, GLaDOS. Pinkie Pie frowned, offended by the mare's insults. Rainbow noticed this and stood up on all fours to defend her friend. Hey, who asked you for your opinion anyway? Staring straight ahead with a straight face, GLaDOS simply stated, "What's the point of making something if you don't want it criticized?" And with that, all ponies exchanged baffled glances, with Rainbow sitting back down muttering, "Alright, I'll let you off the hook this time." GLaDOS rolled her eyes. Without a word, the ponies continued their meal in silence. After several minutes, the artificial pony said, "Yes, gorge your fat faces with sustenance while not doing anything productive." 6 sets of offended or enraged eyes glared at the sarcastic pony. I'm intrigued to see how fat equines could get before popping like a balloon. "Excuse me?" "Sorry, it's Rarity." And she... yeah. A baffled Rarity asked. Applejack cracked her neck, trying to intimidate the offensive pony. "Y'all mind running by me again?" "Why, can't your primitive mind not handle the concept of one building up lard until they explode? With the way you've been stuffing your overbearing faces, I'm surprised walking has not yet become an issue, or has yet to become an issue." GLaDOS tried her very best not to allow an amused grin to ruin her poker face. The hot-headed Earth pony got up on all fours. "That's it, partner." Ah! Her tail was pinned under Twilight's hoof. "Relax, AJ. She just needs a day or two around here. She's probably come a long way from home." The orange mare slowly sat back down, her rage-filled eyes locked with the pair of featureless yellow ones. GLaDOS' vision was assaulted with the color pink. "Hi, I'm Pinkie Pie. Well, I guess you already knew that. It's my job to make every pony in Ponyville settle in. With parties. Do you like cupcakes? 'Cause I love cupcakes. Or cake is fine. I know you don't like mine, but... So maybe I'll let you pick out your frosting. When do you want your party? Does it have to be themed or with a cutie mark? What is it anyway? Recycling?" Potatoes are recycling. For the first time in her whole life, or rather activated period of time, GLaDOS felt genuine irritation. Dear God, it's worse than Wheatley, or the corrupted core that yammers on about space. Space. Yeah, I like Portal a lot. What are you gonna do? I'm Nightlife. I'm like the freaking night version of Pinkie Pie. In a warning tone, Twilight said to the neon pink pony, "Pinkie, please, give our guest some space." Like an obedient hound, Pinkie Pie stepped over her own plate of salad and plunkered down beside the exasperated mare. Baffled, GLaDOS did a double take to Twilight and the now calm Earth pony. "Dear sweet Silence, what adrenaline-enhanced narcotic substance did you inject yourself with?" She asked in a somewhat frightened pitch. The bushy-haired pony tapped her chin before coming up with a reasonable and logical response. "Smiles!" Oh, I am loving this story so far, so much. The protruded white pony rolled her eyes whilst muttering a drawn-out, "Indeed." To her right, GLaDOS' personal bubble was once again popped as Rainbow Dash wrapped a foreleg around her neck, pulling her in for a friendly over-the-shoulder hug. Side hugs! I probably don't need an introduction. My name's Rainbow Dash. Ringing any bells yet? Fastest flyer in all Equestria? Winner of the Best Flyers competition? 3-time hero? Wielder of the element loyalty? Her face fell as none of these facts seemed to have budged the new pony's bored expression. Performer of the legendary Sonic Rainbow? Come on, I'm a living legend! GLaDOS shoved the Pegasus away. Her eyes flared with hate. Someone needs to put that dog in its place. You tell me all of these feats, yet none of them really matter. Her voice was unnervingly calm, as it always was whenever she was furious. Oh, that sounds like my mom. Scary ass. That's more scary than Fluttershy's stare. Ugh. How is this Sonic Rainbow an accomplishment to be proud of? Did winning this Flyers competition advance your horrible race into a better future? Or what about being an element, whatever that means? It seems you have a higher grade of authority, yet when you perform these pathetic tasks without putting a dent in your species' progress. Every pony stared, dumbfounded at the duo. A tense silence weighted the air. Rainbow Dash's utterly blank face was replaced by rage. ascending a few feet into the air and staring down at the heartless pony, their noses practically touching. "Oh yeah? What have you done in your life, Big Shot?" GLaDOS slid back a few inches, gaining some breathing room and took a deep breath. A deep, quiet inhale. "I run the Aperture Science Enrichment Center, a facility dedicated to science, specifically the portal projects. To date, we've created over 43 different pieces of technology, as well as hundreds of sentries and personality cores." Her opponent's eyes were wide as dinner plates, and her shock, as well as everyone else's, was indescribable. "But I guess it's nothing to boast of," Motormouth. "Did I just say all of that? What was I thinking?" "Okay, GLaDOS, it's okay. It's okay, GLaDOS, it's okay. Just remain calm, and we'll be able to sense weakness and build upon that." "Ugh, I'm such a moron." These two, a prehistoric organic mind, utterly speechless, Rainbow slumped in her seat, or to her seat, staring blankly at her half-eaten daisy sandwich. I never heard of that place," Twilight began. "I don't think you're from around here. In fact," she made a bold statement, "I don't think you're from this planet. Never, in all my years, have I heard of the types of machinery you've made." That's a simpleton's way of putting it. The ponies all exchanged wary glances, anxiously expecting their guest to be an alien. "That's amazing," Twilight gawked. "A real live alien has visited our planet. I've always thought it was impossible, but it's true." She exhaled in a relaxed sigh. "I have so many questions," she breathed. GLaDOS' amber pupilless eyes slowly dragged over Fluttershy, who yelped in fright. Once they were locked with the unicorn's lavender pair, she said, "Look, I'm not a threat or an alien. Nothing so childish could be real. Believe me, if I was a threat, the air you're breathing would be turned into a deadly neurotoxin." Yeah, she likes that neurotoxin, don't she? The haunting comment sent chills down the pony's spines. "Okay," Twilight said slowly. "So why are you here?" The once immortal pony took a moment to process a substantial answer without revealing too much. "I've got an idea. Humans fall for this all the time. Before I answer any of your questions, I want you to answer mine. Anything you ask will have an answer, I promise." Twilight nodded in compliance as each pony silently spectated, even Pinkie Pie, who said, "Do you pinky promise?" she asked, crossing a hoof over her chest and placing it over her eye. GLaDOS quirked a brow, then nodded. The grounded pony bluntly said, "Does your kind pose a threat?" "No, of course not," Twilight said, sounding offended. "We do have laws," Rarity continued, "but that shouldn't be an issue with a pony. Though a little brash, let me start over. But that shouldn't be an issue with the pony, though a little brash, as well behaved as yourself." The white unicorn had a hint of detest as she spoke to GLaDOS, still adjusting to her rude nature. "What are those symbols on your posteriors?" She gestured to the six-pointed star on Twilight's flank, and Applejack's trio of apples. The librarian smiled as her ears perked up, glad to be making some form of friendly conversation, albeit an odd one. "Oh, that's a cutie mark. It appears when you discover your special talent. Mine is magic," she said promptly. How can you not know what yours is?" How can you not know what yours is?" The vibrant pink pony giggled, pointing at GLaDOS' flank. The white pony shifted her hips to the side and arched her head to get a better view. On either flank, engraving her fur, was a dull gray symbol, a stylized circle like a camera diagram, an Aperture Science logo. "That's the symbol of my facility." I chose the wrong picture to put on these videos. Oh well, someone will make another one. Back to the story. Twilight furrowed her lips and nodded impressively. The artificial gave her next question. "This is a rather odd question, but why does this one have wings and you have a horn?" She gestured her head to Rainbow, who was pouting like a child with her back turned to the quizzical mare. The brain pony unicorn ran her hoof through her combed mane, mulling over a sensible answer. "Well, it just happens. Some ponies are born Pegasi and others unicorns. Unicorns, like fairy tales and magic unicorns? Dear God, what kind of world is this? Where's the logic? Where's the science?" Twilight's next phrase shattered the GLaDOS' mind like brittle glass. "You're the third type, an earth pony," the purple unicorn continued. Oh. GLaDOS rose her eyebrows in disbelief. You're saying I'm stuck in a worthless regular horse? They're as worthless as where I came from. Applejack frowned and said, Now calm down, partner. Earth ponies got their enhanced strength and durability. Why, you could probably kick down an entire forest. The dazed mare rolled her eyes, sarcastically saying, Good, I get to be the mindless brute that kicks down apple trees. Oh, pretty much, the apple-bucking pony said haughtily. Ow, my side. GLaDOS narrowed her eyes. I have no more questions. The 6 ponies stood up and gathered around for a group huddle. As they whispered amongst each other, the lone mare thought, So these ponies aren't a threat. That's a relief. Maybe I can trust them, but not now. Maybe right before I leave as some famous last words. The group broke up with Twilight approaching GLaDOS. So, where did you really come from? I lied, she said flatly. I'm not telling you anything. The 6 ponies groaned aloud. What? Twilight exclaimed. Oh, come on. We gave you every... GLaDOS indulged herself in her own thoughts, blotting out the other ponies' outraged triads. Or Huh? I've never seen that word. Tirades. I've never felt so, for lack of a better term, humored by making others angry. I still remember the look on subject 1498's face when I lied to her about her parents. Good times. These ponies seem to care for one another very much. Maybe I can play on their emotions. Never met a pony as selfish as you, Rudy ended the rant. GLaDOS hung her head in shame. Scraggly black hair covered her face. Look, she said in an emotion-thick voice. Let's just say I'm a nobody just trying to get home. It denominates me to ask this, but in reality, GLaDOS couldn't bear to say this. But I need your help. The ponies immediately replaced their anger with sorrow and pity. Twilight approached the depressed mare and unexpectedly wrapped a foreleg around her neck. It'll be okay, GLaDOS. We'll help you any way we can. Whoa, huh? Okay. The other ponies approached the pair and ensued in one big group hug. Fluttershy was on Twilight's side, and Applejack and Rarity was on the other. Rainbow Dash hovered overhead and simply placed a comforting hoof on her stiff back. Pinkie Pie just flung herself into the fray, sending all the ponies toppling over. You would. As the 6 equines laughed at the party ponies' antics, GLaDOS felt a sudden jolt up her chest. This feeling, could it be... Is it... Oh, no. Ugh. That's just my... Oh, no. Ugh. That's just my gag reflex. GLaDOS sighed, fearing this was just the beginning of a very stressful adventure. That's the end of this chapter. Author's note. Second chapter, woot! Plenty of verbal whiplash to the main 6, but more's coming. Poor GLaDOS has yet to figure out there is no science, and the energy field is actually magic. And thus ends the second chapter of My Little GLaDOS. I sincerely hope you all enjoyed it so very much, if anyone is watching this. Oh well, I hope my commentary and little interruptions weren't too horrible for you. And have a very good day, and I will read the next chapter as it comes out. Nightlife out.